Hello, Cathal. How you doing?
Hi Gary, I'm not too bad, thanks. And yourself?
I'm doing fine, and I'm glad you were able to join me in my private bar here. I've got Doheny and Nesbitt's relocated from the city.
Brilliant.
But how are you getting on?
I'm getting on okay. My fear for the world is it's a scary time watching it, and definitely is. So yeah, being part of that world is scary at the moment. But yeah, me personally, I'm holding up. I'm one of the lucky people. I have my health, I have my family around me.
Are you in Dublin
I'm
or
at home in my house. I'm at home in my house in Sutton. I'm in the box room in our house, which is was meant to be an office, but was only really a walk-in wardrobe for me to kind of get ready at 5 o'clock in the morning when the family are still asleep. So it actually has become a real office recently. So you can see more than
you have a
socks
lovely
and
halo?
boxer shorts and shirts.
There's a
And I've a halo behind me. I had to
gorgeous
close the
halo.
curtains because
The beard as well. It's looking good. So, have you surprised yourself? Did you think you were less adaptable, more of a worrier, less of a worrier? Is it because this is grown up stuff? I know you only look about
yeah.
21, but this is grown up stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. Look, it definitely is, and it's serious, and it's really big, And I've surprised myself. It's definitely impacted me more emotionally than I've experienced with anything that has been outside of my life, if that makes sense. So a loved one passes away, a friend gets sick, someone gets married, something positive, something negative. It's very close to you. When something far away from you happens, you can empathize, you can see it, but it doesn't impact you. Whereas this,
Yeah.
even the people this isn't impacting, it's impacting. And it's definitely. I mean, I've watched my own wife, for example, gone from watching and reading the news every day to literally turning off the notifications on her phone because she just can't. Wants to know but doesn't want to know, that kind of way. How am I coping? I'm coping all right, but it's strange. It's definitely a strange feeling, but at the same time, it's that positivity. You definitely do see. I was only talking to someone earlier. That positivity of humanity just coming together as well. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of the time I spend all day, as you know, like a lot of people in our business, with either my fingers on the keyboard or the phone on my ear, and we're all giving each other crap over this is late and that's late and this deadline and that, and everything's a problem, and there's solutions to those problems, but it's all trading and finding a way to make it work.
Yeah.
Whereas now I think people are just been a bit more empathetic and a bit more helpful to each other, including myself, and so I think it's bringing out a good side too, and it's sad when something bad has to bring out, something very negative in the world is bringing out that good side, but also good to see it.
Even in work, when it's amazing when things go wrong, you learn more about those that are around you, and you learn more about their personalities. But obviously at this scale, you mentioned earlier you have a little postman there. So obviously the kids in the house are having to adapt to dad, and dad's going to have to adapt to the kids. We're not going to have
Yeah.
a Sky News moment now and a little child running in the corner.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've a 4-year-old son and a 7-year-old daughter. So, and I mean, I'm almost never here in a normal working month. Weekends and holidays are a great thing, but during the week I'm almost never here. So I was a little bit fearful going to working from home. Would they think, right, it's party time, dad's here, but they've been great. But they've been looking for an excuse, like, so that the delivery man was dropping a new screen off to me today, and they decided to, let me know, and they were delighted when they saw there was a conference call on in the background. I poked their head around the corner. So yeah, but you know what, it's great, and they've been very good and understanding. But it's lovely.
So with regard to your business, obviously you're heavily involved not just in the data center industry, but in other sectors as well. And there seems to be such an appetite to continue in all aspects. So that's a very positive to be able to see through the other side. Is it still at the difficult from an administration perspective to get things moving ahead rather than just talking?
I think it is. I think, is it difficult? I think at the moment we, as you know, we have core businesses. Ireland and the UK are our core businesses, as in location wise, and what's happening in the construction industry in both of them is very different at the moment. And then outside of that, we have our kind of mission critical environment in Europe. So yeah, so we in our three kind of, although it's all one business, in the three models we have three very different things happening.
Okay.
So it's a bit strange from that point of view. And from a business, sorry.
Your partners, obviously, you work very closely with third party and partners. And
we do, yeah. We have people who manufacture for us, who license and manufacture products for us. We also have then our client partners. But the three markets, as you know, Ireland construction industry has shut fully. The UK industry, you know, appears a bit more to have left it to the industry to decide, although the government are very keen from an economic point of view to try and keep it going if it's safe to do so.
Yeah.
And then in Europe, every jurisdiction you go to, it's a little bit different what they're doing. I mean, look, none of us know the right way to do this. I mean, none of us have done it before, have we? You know, so
yeah,
can't, and I'm not criticizing anybody for the way they've dealt with it, but for us as a company, it's a little bit strange because if you're dealing with a call for Sweden, Dublin, or London, it's different. You know, they're very different situations. But it is challenging. It's challenging, like dealing with where are we going afterwards. But the general consensus at the moment for me is, yes, this is difficult, and we're managing each situation from a work point of view, business each side differently, depending on where it is. But from a future work point of view, there seems to be a lot of positivity there still. I mean, obviously, it depends on how long this goes on and the financial implications this has in the world. That might change things. But at the moment, the appetite to keep going afterwards, you know, I think most people are realistic, you know, and not being too greedy saying, I want to go now. If look, the way my answer is at the moment is we can only work with the legislation that's given to us by each government in the countries that we're working and operating in, and try and work within that, and also do the right thing for people, you know, do the right thing for humanity, you know, not forget that, you know, just because you're told in XYZ country it's okay, you know, if it doesn't feel right and you're putting someone's life in danger, well then don't do it. You know what I mean? Maybe think twice about it.
That's the key thing, what you've just said there, and it's consistent with what we spoke about the early part of this discussion, is the humanity aspect of it. That's a new sort of the budget, the program used to be the driving objectives. Now it's nearly being gazumped by humanity, because to your point, you may not be going on site. Somebody else might be going on site. They may be of a category that isn't likely to develop difficulties, but they may have a grandmother or a mother or whatever. So in terms of 3 words, I know it's hard. Was there 3 words that you've thought of or do think of that you would like the listeners of this and the viewers of this session to take away?
Yeah, look, I think for me, I'm probably going to go extremely old school cliche, but because it's something that I do try to live by all the time, and I think no matter where you are in this right now, whether there's something impacting your personal life, whether it's business, whatever, you know, the old school one, PMA, positive mental attitude. I live by it. I you know, it's important because it gets us through everything. It can be relative to whatever is going on as well. Just you know, if you think positively, it's a lot easier to deal with what's going to come around the corner. None of us know. One of the things, even preparing for this, I was thinking about the challenges and all that kind of stuff. The biggest challenge I have right now is not understanding what challenge I'm prepared for around the corner.
Thanks so much for taking your time. Thank you so much.
No bother, Gary.
Thank you so much in Easter week to have that halo around you.
It wasn't on purpose, but I had to black out the sun because it's beaming in my front window. So apologies for that.
That's nice to look forward to. Stay safe. Look after your kids, after your wife, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you so much.
Great. Thanks, Gary. Take care. Cheers.
Thank you.